The man behind a bomb threat at the U.S. Capitol crawls out of his truck and surrenders. What he did during the hours-long standoff that may provide some information on a motive. Paula.
The superintendent of Detroit Public Schools Community District breaks news during a back-to-school tour.
I have processed over the past month, should we be mandating a vaccine?
This and what students and teachers will face when they come back to school.
And it is yet another sultry afternoon, and this stuff's going to stick around for a while. But we're now getting close enough to the weekend where we need to talk about the weekend weather, and we'll do that in just a few minutes. First, at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking first at 4, a story developing all day in the nation's capital. A man threatening to detonate a bomb on Capitol Hill has surrendered, but it's still a very active scene. Kimberly Gill working the story from the newsroom, tracking the very latest from Washington. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. The man drove his pickup onto the sidewalk outside the Library of Congress and told police he had a bomb. It triggered a standoff that lasted some 5 hours. New video here shows the suspect crawling out of the truck before he was taken into custody. Investigators say that man is 49-year-old Floyd Roseberry of North Carolina. This morning, after the Library of Congress is across the street from the Supreme Court and 1 block from the U.S. Capitol, although the House and Senate are not in session. During the standoff, the man went live on Facebook, making anti-government threats. Investigators used a whiteboard to negotiate with him before he eventually surrendered.
We don't know if there are any explosives in the vehicle. It's still an active scene. While Mr. Rosenberry has been taken into custody and has been removed from the scene, we still have to search the vehicle and render the vehicle safe, so we don't know as of yet.
Investigators are still looking for more information on a motive, and they have talked to the man's family. They say he recently lost his mother and may have been dealing with other issues. Police say they will release more on that coming up later, and we'll of course continue to follow the latest here in the newsroom, and we'll have an update on the news at 5. Until then, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
A mid-Michigan man will go to trial for a bomb threat at the state capitol. Michael Verone of Charlotte is charged with making a false report or threat of terrorism. Investigators say he called a control operator at the state capitol complex on January 7th, the day after the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, and said the building was going to explode. He's also accused of threatening the life of State Representative Cynthia Johnson. Verone faces nearly 2 decades in prison. The U.S. military is ramping up evacuations out of Afghanistan with the help of armed military planes. The Pentagon says 7,000 civilians have been taken out of the country in the past 5 days. 12,000 have been removed since the end of July. The military now has enough aircraft to get between 5,000 and 9,000 people out each day. Officials say they are still targeting an August 31st deadline.
There has been no decision to change the deadline, and we are focused on doing everything we can inside that deadline to move as many people out as possible. And if and when there's a decision to change that, then obviously that would require additional conversations with the Taliban.
Thousands of Afghans are gathering outside of the Kabul airport, but the Taliban controls much of that area around it. The Pentagon says there has been no Taliban violence against Americans, but there have been widespread reports of violence against Afghans, including efforts to prevent them from getting to the airport. Now to the coronavirus vaccine, as Central Michigan University updates its COVID policies because of the highly contagious Delta variant. All students and faculty on the main campus in Mount Pleasant will have to be fully vaccinated or go through weekly COVID testing. Masks are also required in classrooms, labs, and other communal areas. Both the university and Michigan State are requiring vaccinations for students on campus. COVID protocols are different at school districts across Metro Detroit, and today we got an exclusive look at how the state's largest district plans to keep students and staff safe. Paula Tutman got a personal tour of a school in Detroit, talked to the superintendent about what's on the horizon for employees.
Before you can even get into the building of the Detroit International Academy for Young Women on Detroit's east side,
temperature detected is normal.
You must have a temperature check. Forehead, wrist, or wand.
Normal temperature.
Good. And do you have any of these symptoms? No.
Do all students have to do this?
Yes.
And this is at all of Detroit's 100 school buildings. Those buildings where you don't have air conditioning, where you still have, I mean, you do have to open windows, but it could get very, very hot. And now people are going to be in masks. Today, Detroit Public Schools Community District Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti gave us a preview of COVID safety protocols that will greet the 48,000 students and 3,000 teachers returning to the classroom September 7th. What are you doing about the ventilation in terms of the virus?
Yeah, I don't have any concerns from a ventilation point of view. We've invested about $1 million in ventilation systems.
But for all the COVID mitigation strategies,
You have the wipes, just to wipe down anything in a classroom. So teachers will receive these in the classroom along with bottles of hand sanitizer.
but then there's this. Is that going to stay on?
Yes, they're all staying on this year. Based on what we are being told at the state and local level, that this is fine to use.
Including the fountain, including the water fountain.
Yeah.
70% of teachers and staff have been vaccinated, including Dr. Vitti, who says even after contracting COVID, he himself was reluctant to get the shot.
I have not always been the individual most comfortable with going to the doctor. Two, I had fear about the legitimacy of the vaccine. You know, was it properly tested? How's my body going to react to it?
But he says he did his homework.
After I saw other people take it, and you know, they're fine, even people that had COVID. And again, doing the research and understanding as a country, you know, as a city, as a school district, how do we get to the other side of this?
And he acknowledges that while he personally struggles with the idea of vaccine mandates for teachers and staffers, he has alerted the Detroit Federation of Teachers that he's considering it. But how can you consider mandating for other people who haven't gotten to where you are?
That's the challenge.
In the meantime, there is a universal mask mandate inside all school buildings for teachers, students, and staffers, regardless of vaccine status. And his district is working out the final logistics for weekly COVID testing for everybody. A $10 million price tag for, when you do the math, will amount to somewhere in the neighborhood of 70,000 COVID tests per week. So I do want to take a moment and go back to that water fountain thing. That's an area of high interest. A lot of school districts have just turned them off. I did check the CDC website, and while it does stop short of saying turn them off, it recommends, there's that word again, it recommends that districts highly encourage the use of reusable water bottles as refillable stations. By the way, still a lot to unpack, including the fact that as Dr. Vitti gets ready to welcome these students back, there's some teachers who say they shouldn't be going back to school, and neither should the students. And we're going to take a look at that part of the story coming up at 5:30. Back to you.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Paula. A key member of the Tigers' 1968 World Series championship team has died. Bill Freehan passed away today after a battle with Alzheimer's disease. The Royal Oak native played football and baseball at the University of Michigan. Freehan played catcher for all 15 of his MLB seasons with the Tigers from 1961 to 1976. He made 11 All-Star games and won 5 Gold Glove awards. After retiring, Freehan returned to U of M to coach its baseball team. He was 79 years old. We're in the middle of a muggy stretch of weather, but not a bad day for some baseball over at Comerica Park. Let's bring in Paul and see what's ahead for tonight.
Yeah, hey, Karen, it's another muggy one, and you can see we'll start with 4-zone weather here in our metro zone. Look at 87 right now, West Bloomfield, 87 in Livonia, but cooler in Mount Clemens where there's a shower right now. It's 72 degrees, and Grosse Ile, you're at 80 degrees, getting a little breeze off Lake Erie there. 83 right now in Dundee in our south zone. Same thing at Carlton. 88, though, in Saline. In our west zone, we have 87 in Whitmore Lake, 85 in Milford, 86 in Howell, and in our north zone, look at this, 88 in Melvin, 85 in Sandusky. But you can see the lake breeze here. It's cooler coming off of Lake Huron. Storm Tracker 4 shows we'd had just a few isolated showers that popped up this afternoon. Like 98% of us didn't get one, but a few of us did. And here's that one that came right down across. It's coming right into Mount Clemens. That's what cooled you off during the late afternoon hours. So if you're going to go out and grill over the next few hours, not bad. There's just an isolated pop-up. Again, most of us are not going to see it. Temps very well ensconced in the 80s with a light wind. So good looking evening ahead. Let's talk about the weekend. We'll do that in just a few minutes, Karen.
All right. Thank you, Paul. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines across America. In North Carolina, search and rescue efforts are underway after Tropical Storm Fred tore through the area. More than 200 workers are paddling through the Pigeon River near the border of Tennessee. According to officials, 2 people have died, 20 are unaccounted for. The area has received as much as a foot of rain in the past few days. Dozens of bridges have been either damaged or destroyed. Thousands of families have been forced to evacuate near Lake Tahoe in Northern California. The state's Caldor fire has grown nearly 10 times its size in just 2 days. The wildfire ignited Saturday evening, and between then and now, it has burned through more than 62,000 acres. 0% of the fire is contained. 2 people have been injured. Nearly 35,000 people have been forced to leave their homes as wildfires rip through California. On your next trip to Disney, be prepared to wait in line or pay up. The theme parks are getting rid of that fast pass many of you are accustomed to. So now, what will it cost you to skip the line? And the new host of Jeopardy is already in hot water. The past comments that have Mike Richards issuing an apology.